You are now tuned in to the Free Play Media Podcast Network.
We're live. Chris Denman, Travis Terrell, the show. We are live. Pleased to be joined by a very special guest today. We'll get to him in just a second. Real quick, big thanks to Logboat Brewing, the great Melissa Kaiser of Cornerstone Mortgage, all of our sponsors. And Travis, we have a huge event June 2nd right here at Gaslight Lounge in the parking lot inside Music, Podcast, Comedy. Who's headlining?
The headliner, Arsenio Hall.
Nope.
It is Ian Bagg.
Ian Bagg headlining, Jonathan Kite showing up. We're bringing him in from LA, local comics, big comics. It's going to be a hell of a time. Get tickets, weareliveradio.com. Today, pleased to be joined by the great Roy Wood Jr. You know him from The Daily Show.
Yes.
We've talked to him before.
Indeed.
And also he's at Funny Bone all weekend long. Big return to St. Louis, Roy.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We've been missing you, man.
For having me back, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know people say dumb shit like that, but
Yeah.
I mean it. Like, 'cause
Thank you.
media and like radio and podcasting and TV, like all of that stuff, those people don't have to have you on their show.
True.
Like they can just go, nah.
There's a Chihuahua that saved a family in a fire. We're going to have them on instead.
Bro, you
right?
know what's really interesting about television is that you learn how famous you are based on where you go up during the morning local news segment.
I don't like being in your head for that because you're too important to worry about that stuff, Roy.
And it just makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. It's either Good Morning Wisconsin or Good Morning Green Bay or something.
Drunkest state in the union, by the way, Wisconsin.
Somewhere up US 41, up there in Wisconsin, and I-43, and I had to wait to go on to promote my comedy show. But first, the pig had to make his pigskin picks, and there was a pig.
I have a problem with that. Pigs are intelligent creatures, and you're going to make the pig do pig skin?
Bro, they laid snacks on the ground, and each square represented a winner or a loser for every football game for that weekend. And
Was it a
whichever
nice pig?
snack the pig ate first, that was his pick.
It would really suck if you were hungry. You'd been doing press all morning.
Yeah.
Like, can I get a fucking
It was
candy
like
bar,
Mr.
man?
Pig's pigskin, and the guy comes in the green room. Hey, we're happy you're here. I'm a big fan of everything you do. What you guys do is essential and important. The Daily Show is amazing. We're gonna have you on right after the pig takes a shit in the studio. And just stay right here. We'll have you on next. It's like, thanks, man.
You're just so worn. Your soul is just worn out at that point,
So
right?
when I say thank you for having me, I mean it.
Yeah, we have a nice studio. I'm excited to have you here at Gaslight. Travis, we were discussing a big story that's going out there, and then we scratched the surface a little bit, and it gets even better. I wanted to get Roy's opinion on this. Travis, do you want to lead in with what we're dealing with here?
Well, obviously there are a lot of things that are going on in society today, you know, especially in regards to social issues, in regards
Daily
to
Show
race.
covers it better than anybody.
Easily. And as for myself, a consumer of this information, you know, I have to almost pick and choose my battles. And there's a battle that's currently taking place, and I'm curious to get Roy's opinion on. There's a gentleman by the name of Mo the Monster.
Mo the Monster, everybody.
A prominent African-American adult film star who apparently is suing his production company and the director because his lady counterpart, white woman, apparently was very loose with the N-word during filming. And he says in his statement, in his lawsuit, that when he was completing his task on young lady's face,
when he made the delivery,
when he delivered, she dropped the N-word once again, to which he was very obviously disturbed and offended by it. And I'm curious. I'm looking for equality across the board, so I don't know where I jump in this fight.
Right? Does she get to counter sue because her cornea is a little itchy today? Like, how do we do this?
Possible.
If you didn't like it, why'd you keep stroking?
I don't think he can sue because he finished.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, if some like this, let's just make this perfectly clear. This is like, I don't even know what to compare.
You
this
know
to.
what I think it is? This is the classic. You slept with an unattractive person. All your friends didn't pull you back from that, and then in the morning she's walking out or he's walking out, and people see it, and then you're left to deal with that. I think he finished and had regret.
Well, you know what though? To be fair, in Mo. Is it Mo the Mower?
Mo the Monster.
By the way,
Mo the Monster.
I haven't seen his work, but you have to earn that name in that business, man.
You can't just be a monster and you're not a monster.
You can't be like average.
It's like Wesley Pipes. He earned that name.
He
You
earned
gotta
that name.
earn it. Yeah.
Right. Seen the footage.
Right.
If he doesn't bust, then the producer could say he didn't do the job
Contractual
contractually.
obligation.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So contractually, I was subjected to. Honestly, I'm just gonna be honest.
Didn't mean to
If I'm
take
in
you off
that
your game this morning,
scenario,
bro.
If I'm in that scenario and someone just starts dropping N-bombs, it's going to increase my performance.
Don't you like
That's
grab a whip and turn it on her?
Because
Like-
now I have permission to choke you. And
Yes.
Is this not a better footage now? Is this not a better scene?
Do we want to be the genre?
You thought
or
you were
just
getting
dabble?
basic missionary? No, you got racism choke porn.
Hashtag that.
You know what
Travis.
it's like? It's like when a comedian's contracted to do 45 minutes, but he gives you an hour and a half.
Right.
You didn't ask for it, but he gave you a little extra.
You were.
Like, if it bothered you, what better time to just choke the shit out of somebody and blame it on in the heat of the moment? Or
You can crush a trachea.
I think he was a little bit more upset that being a brother, that when he heard the N-word, he was still aroused. So I think he's more mad at himself because he heard, he was like, I can't believe it, but yeah,
Give it
here
to
I
me.
am.
give it to me.
So we haven't seen you in about a year. Give us the state of the Roy Union right now, man. You've been busy. We love seeing you on the Daily
I
Show.
got a
I see.
2-year-old.
Yeah, you got a 2-year-old.
I'm potty training him this weekend.
Look
when
at the
I get home.
enthusiasm.
Bro, I have to teach a human being where to shit. Do you understand? Like that?
You did know this day was coming, though.
Yeah, but I thought
First kid?
I thought my girl would have and only. I'm not trying to have another kid. I guess I was supposed to talk about career stuff or something, but
I want to
no,
hear about the 2-year-old.
This is just
Look, hey, what's
on
going
my
on in your
brain
life?
is-
Yeah.
You just got that look on your face.
Bro, like I know he's gonna pick him up. 'Cause I've been reading these potty training books, and one of them is, I don't know, white people. Maybe you can explain this,
Please,
to me.
I'm here
As a white person,
as a white person.
who invented this potty training style where your kid just walks around, no drawers, no pants on, and you just let him free shit
No,
all over the home, and then you point to it like a puppy dog?
I blame the same people that get called out for gentrification. I blame those people. Like they took the free range chicken thing and they're trying to apply
Yeah.
it. And these aren't farmers.
It's free
These
range
are
potty
hipsters.
training.
Yeah,
Free-range
that's what I blame. They're the hipsters with the cool frames and kind of shaggy hair,
Beers and
trying to apply that to
Craft
potty
beers
training.
in their basements.
Correct.
It's
A weird love for an obscure sport. Right?
sidebar. Craft beer, if you pay close attention to it, I think that's the way marijuana is eventually gonna go.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like-
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody's celebrating the legalization of marijuana, but nothing that the government is in charge of is ever good.
I said this
or
2 days.
fine.
I said this 2 days ago. I was like, they're not fixing our roads. They're not going to make the schools usable.
There's
This is
no
gonna get
drug
fucked.
that the government monitors that I guarantee you, when alcohol was illegal, that shit would get you drunk. I wasn't alive back then. Why do you think people still make moonshine to
Yeah,
this day?
it was the best.
Because it was better.
Yeah,
was
we have
better.
tunnels in. They created a tunnel system in St. Louis that you can still find. It'll get you anywhere quicker than the interstate.
Illegal alcohol gave us NASCAR. Like that.
It certainly did.
It was so much better. What is new alcohol giving you? Nothing. And then, like, people go, oh, well, the marijuana is good and it's private growers. It's private growers now, but eventually the government's going to figure out a way to muscle their way in and ABC store the shit out of fucking
Yes.
marijuana.
Yep.
And it'll be dirt, weed, trash, And not only that, when more people start smoking it, I really believe they're going to start. That's when you add the ammonia and the rat poison. And because I wasn't alive in these times. And even if I was, I probably wasn't legally allowed to buy a cigarette or drink. But I bet you tobacco was better before it got all the chemicals and it got all of the bullshit in there. And eventually that's what weed's going to be. Weed's going to be the same shit where people stand outside on the curb.
It's going to be lame.
And then eventually there's going to be a guy who goes, hey, I've got some craft weed that I grow.
Then the market turns back around on it.
Go back to the house this weekend. Got some craft strands.
My point is, be nice to people making craft beer because in 20 years, they're going to be your weed man.
See, this is what you get at the Funny Bone all weekend. Do you see how he weaved? And then he
that wasn't
came
even
back.
a joke. This is just a random
the story.
We were talking about free range shitting.
So, okay, we got some good hashtags already. We have hashtag racist choke porn, hashtag free range shitting. Okay, let's keep working through it.
You did something recently that, and you do this a lot on your segments, but you went to a pro-gun rally recently. Yeah. And when I saw
You're from Alabama. What are you sorry, Travis.
No, I was just going to say, like, when you guys do those, when you go into the, I guess, the quote-unquote lion's den, if you will, like, what was in that particular segment, I loved it because what was your mindset when you showed up? I would imagine when you showed up, you're like, this is...
Don't get shot.
That's what I was... I was like, man, Roy, don't go out like this.
Like, I really... And this is something stupid, but I really... When you think about racial profiling and the police getting called on black people and stuff, the thing that I really like about segments like that is that I sometimes have to specify to the producers, I'm like, yo, make sure it's a big crew. And make sure it's some white people in that crew.
Okay.
Don't send me there with all black cameramen and a black microphone dude. Like, no. I need white people around me so that they know, okay, this Negro's official. He clearly is here on... And they
why is it funnier to hear that, by
here's
the
the
way?
thing, like, you see it on TV and it's go, oh, you're making fun of these people. But if you go back and watch the footage, all I did was ask questions.
Yeah, you did. It wasn't anything
It's just tell me your truth. And then when I get back to New York, I'm going to laugh at your truth. But in the moment when you're there, it's not as malicious as it seems when you watch it. It's not as blatant. There's moments where you got to say something slick, and then like in that pro-gun rally piece, the joke of the whole segment for people who haven't seen it yet. Montana had a pro-gun rally where you weren't allowed to bring guns. I got questions. So we roll up to the rally. Yo, you love guns? Hell yeah. Show me your gun. Didn't bring it. Okay, next person.
That's not how love works, sir.
Exactly. But the thing that I think is important to point out, though, and you know, there were definitely some crazies in the crowd, but there are a lot of sane, normal gun owners.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Period. They're out there, and it's very dangerous to loop all of them into crazy town.
Agreed.
Because we'll turn around and say, Donald Trump called MS-13 animals. And they're all animals because they're Mexicans, black people all kill you. Like, if you can't be against that.
Right.
And then on the same stroke, call all these are the only gun owners I don't fuck with. It's people who say that they want to fight the government. Like, if you, like... I don't think you need an assault rifle for hunting. I think it's a bitch-ass move, but fine.
Right.
Fine.
Yeah.
But when you say you need guns because one day the government is coming over the hill in an M1 Abrams and they're going to be shooting artillery and a Black Hawk is going to fly over your 2-bedroom apartment and they're going to...
Single you out.
Yeah, and they're going to zip line down.
You got a chance?
Speed rope or whatever. It's
kind of over before it starts.
Like, those are the people that you need to... Because why is the government coming to fuck with you? What are you up to?
Yeah.
What are you doing in this basement that makes you believe you need John Wick level artillery?
I don't think you can execute like John Wick either.
No.
That's not going to happen.
That's my favorite thing. Actually, recently they had a gun show in St. Louis County, and when I say it was the most eclectic, like it was the most, like, you talking about brothers, people from rural areas, like he's right that like there are a lot of responsible gun owners out there that...
Yeah, that's the thing. I grew up in a rural area, literally a town called Farmington, so I know plenty of normal, like bank presidents that are like,
Are they
I have a
banking on
gun.
the government coming over the hill, though?
No.
Yeah,
It's something that's just like, it's a thing they have.
It's just
they hunt deer once a year.
We're never going to get to the bottom of the issue, though, because everybody's yelling.
Thank you.
And it's
That's
just,
a good way
shut
to...
up, but the gun, see the gun nuts. No. Some motherfucker sick in the head
Yeah.
who decided, I'm going to use this thing for the wrong reason. So then you go to
Right.
people who own this thing. You go, hey, is there a way we could see about maybe this, and that? And I know that there's people on the right who don't want any gun reform because it's a slippery slope and all of that
They
shit.
would probably point to tobacco getting just neutered.
Yeah, exactly. The moment they were like, okay, we'll give you one concession, the next thing you know, there were no more cigarette ads.
Right.
Which, sidebar, is a testament to just how fucking amazing a cigarette is. There hasn't been a cigarette commercial in 40 years.
Right.
And
Still
they
selling like
still
gangbusters.
Oh, my God.
making
Yeah.
money,
Flying out the
bro.
Well, we're going to take them down. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're absolutely not.
Like, that's why, like,
That's a good point. I ain't seen a cigarette commercial in 2 decades.
Correct.
full disclosure, I did a truth campaign commercial.
Oh,
They
yeah.
approached us at the Daily Show and like, do you want to do one of the anti-cigarette ads? And I like money, so I'm not gonna say no.
Right.
And I don't smoke, which is another requirement. So I go, fine. And it was about how print ads for cigarettes and how cigarettes are targeted in the black community and all
right.
of that stuff. And I go, okay, this is helping us
Right.
find black power.
Yes.
But then the more research I did after the fact, I go, I would love to see a graph of when the Truth Campaign ads started, laid against profits
Yes.
in the tobacco industry, and just see that uptick.
The more ads they ran.
Yeah.
I forgot all about cigarettes. Thanks for
Right.
reminding
Yeah.
me, Truth. I run into the store.
Well, and then they gloat about like tobacco companies are paying for this. We're sticking it to them, and they're thinking like you're a low-level employee salary to us. Like this is nothing to us. So yes, please keep making your cute little commercials.
I'll tell you something else about that off mic because I don't
We'll have to hear about that.
big tobacco to come ruin my life.
But to your point, how do you, because you guys are in a writer's room and you see the news coming across the television screen, and I would imagine for whatever reason, something personally may hit you and you get fired up and you get angry. How do you then turn that emotion into something comedic, and how do you tune it down so you can present something that's still funny to your audience?
That's Trevor. That's 100% Trevor. Trevor is centrist the word? But he's very much, he has this weird Zen energy about him where nothing really gets him riled up. He feels the gravitas of the situation and
Right.
understands it, but anger is just wasted calories for him. So
But-
it doesn't
With his history and then growing up where his mother had to basically
keep him a
lie
secret.
and hide
Right.
him.
Yeah. And so, growing up in apartheid South Africa, he's seen a lot of
this
oppression.
ain't shit.
This ain't shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So Trump, to a degree, is following a lot of the Jacob Zuma administration's.
Right.
They're running the same offense, if you want to make it football. So he's seen these plays before. So, all right, when this happened, here's how we address the issue. Because there are days where people come in raw. When the Walter Scott shooting, that was one.
Right.
When South Carolina shot him in
Yeah.
the back while he was
Video
running.
evidence.
Bro,
Yeah.
I came into the writers' meeting. You got to understand, the writers' meeting is like a big ass Super Bowl party. It's like 20, 25 people, and there's a TV, and we're watching clips, and you're cracking jokes and making,
Okay.
and that's kind of how
Okay.
the morning meeting flows. We have a research department that grabs clips the night before. They come in at 7 in the morning, arrange everything, and at 9 we watch all these clips, and you crack jokes, and you have a writer in the corner transcribing anything that's funny.
Okay.
And that's how you start figuring out what the shape of the show will be for the day. But there's days where there are no jokes whatsoever, and it is
Yeah.
100% fuck them, fuck that, that's full of shit. And Trevor can take that energy and sometimes put that at the top of the show, because there's days where, the Philando Castile verdict
Right.
was one of the days where there were no jokes in the first act. Trevor just came on and just straight spoke, no teleprompter, to the emotions
Oh, wow.
that he was feeling, and to the emotions that, and what the world and
Right.
what the country may have been going through at the time. And then you come out of that and you may be able to make jokes on the commentary about the thing.
Right.
Or you just wait a couple days. Like that generally seems to be the protocol there, is that when it's something that happens where there are no jokes, like when Las Vegas happened.
Right.
There's no jokes about Vegas, but there are jokes about the news coverage and how people botched getting in the face of these survivors way too soon.
Right.
Very
way
true.
too soon. Hurricane Irma was another one where people are literally carrying all they have left in their arms to a shelter, and CNN is running them. He was gonna.
Terrible.
Right. So the joke isn't about the storm; it's about the coverage.
Yeah.
Or it's about this person. It's about this incident.
Right.
So that's how you have to approach it. It's just everybody pours in their anger, and then Trevor has a way of just filtering that and figuring out the best way to disseminate that on the show.
That's why you all are the best, and I know you've got a busy day ahead of you. We're going to let you get out of here tonight and all weekend at the Funny Bone in
Yes.
Westport. Thank you so much, man. It was a real treat.
I appreciate this.
Yeah, we're going to see you
Love
this weekend.
talking
He's
to
bringing his dad to your show, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Better deliver.
Wait, is he like an OG? Is he like
He's got
his
OG.
he's got his doctorate and he teaches at the University of Memphis. He's not.
But he is like he's one of those OGs. Like, oh, I'm hip now. I like the comedy scene.
He goes
I'm
on
like,
the hip hop cruises.
Yeah, my dad. I knew you had to leave, but quickly, my dad. Yeah, he drove. We went on a Tom Joyner morning cruise together.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing
And
Dad
that
scored
was-
more than Trav.
I met a young lady on that cruise boat. She called me the N-word way too many times. Still gave her that pipe, though.
I love it. Come back anytime, man. We love having you. Thanks, Roy.
Roy, appreciate it.
Yeah.